Hello everyone, welcome back to Final Fantasy! Hopefully I've actually fixed the audio now. I know the gameplay audio was super loud last time, so I tried to fix it. Hopefully it sounds good. There's no music right now, so you probably can't tell anyways, but that's okay. People have said we're getting to a good part of the story that is sort of wrapping up ARR before we get to Heaven's Word, I think is next. So I'm excited. I'm having fun, so let's go. Yeah, that was a quick intro. I don't really have much to say anymore. I just need to know what's going on. That took longer than I expected. What news, Willith? I killed a dog, I think. It made me kind of sad. So Iceheart is but a pseudonym. Not that it matters. That she managed to escape is regrettable, but from your description of that beast, you did well to come as close as you did. In any case, now that you have cleared a path, the Temple Knights can begin to survey the tunnels in earnest. Mayhap they will even find a route past the ice wall. Wouldn't that do wonders for their fight against the heretics? The Crystal Braves would certainly share the credit for it too. 12 be praised, Willith. We may yet turn this situation to our advantage. Assuming we stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva, of course. Needless to say, our fellow scions have not been idle. Minfilia and Urianger have been busy perusing the archives of House Fortin, gathering what information they can on Shiva. Which reminds me, if you were intending to trudge back to Camp Dragonhead to report on the day's events, don't. The antecedent should be here any minute. I can only assume some people enjoy subjecting themselves to this cold. It's not so bad. It's really cold in real life too, so it goes hand in hand with the game. Look at her winter coat! Antecedent, you come to us straight from the archives of House Fortin. I trust your time there proved fruitful. Would that it had. Your Yanger and I scoured countless texts, but what we found was of questionable veracity. Accounts of Shiva's life and deeds are sparse and contradictory, only agreeing upon one point. She lay down with a dragon, the gravest of all sins according to the Ishgardian faith. I don't know what that means, but I don't think I want to know. Yet in the eyes of Iceheart's followers, this was a holy act, the blessed union of man— Ew! I don't think that's right. How such a thing could even be possible is quite another question. Suffice it to say, I very much doubt that we will find a useful answer in the archives of House Fortin. Much knowledge has been lost over the centuries, though in this case, one wonders if it is by circumstance or by design. You said that Iceheart took a moment to plead her case prior to escaping, did you not? Yeah, she said something about something. Viewed without prejudice, most would agree that bringing an end to an endless war serves the greater good. I think Sir Aymeric might take issue with her methods. Who's here? Oh yeah, that guy. I do not care if a few stragglers manage to escape. Until the sappers confirm that a tunnel is safe, the men are not to search it. Yes, Lord Commander. I don't know why they're British, but they're British to me. You pursue your foes with less zeal than I expected, Sir Aymeric. Don't test him like that. Lest you misunderstand, I do not deny that our enemy has given us good reason to be prudent. I merely meant, you being a man of faith, that I had expected a certain single-mindedness. After all, was it not by the will of Helone that your ancestors came to this land? Why they took up arms against the Dravanians? What would they have done in your position, I wonder? There are those who believe that faith is a renunciation of free will, that unquestioning devotion is required of all who would live a life of service to the Fury. Such righteous fervor may well serve a knight on the front line, less so a leader of men. That's true. We are all at liberty to interpret the scriptures as we will. I choose to believe that the Fury would value the lives of her followers over the deaths of her enemies. But I would not presume to speak for the Knights of Eld. 'Twas a different time, nay, a different era, and scripture tells us only so much. That's true. Would that it told us more. He's back? Oh, it's a different knight. What's up, girly? Oh, we don't know. He's busy. We'll leave him to it, I guess. What do you think? That man is awfully pragmatic for a servant of the Holy See. A welcome trait at the negotiating table, to be sure. Less so when one's enemies are making ready to harness the power of a god. Mayhap he does not truly believe Iceheart's plan can succeed. Truth be told, I too remain somewhat skeptical. I don't. Bad things happen to us all the time. Shiva was real, a living, breathing woman. Of that there can be no doubt. In this respect, she differs from every other figure to have been summoned, each of whom was worshipped as a god. The sole exception being good King Moogelmog. The myth made manifest in response to the fervent supplication of the Mooglesguard. Saint Shiva may differ, but what of the heretics? They are a tribe of outcasts at war with a mighty nation who yearn for the resurrection of the one who embodies their beliefs. If that is not placing one's faith in a higher power, then what is? Crystals and conviction, Minfilia. They have them both in abundance. That's true. I think we should be concerned. Aye, blue guy. Can that truly be all that is required? I don't know. They need pixie dust, probably. My survey team has concluded a preliminary analysis of the Aetheryte Iceheart used to escape. They believe that she teleported to another Aetheryte somewhere not far to the west. Despite the apparent proximity of the second Aetheryte, however, they have been wholly unable to detect its presence directly. Unless Iceheart has some means to mask its signal, I can only presume she had it destroyed to prevent us from following her. Without the means to teleport as she did, we have no choice but to search for an alternate route, most likely a tunnel, assuming one exists. Let us not give up on teleportation just yet. One of our colleagues in Garlean may be able to assist us. Do we have time? I pray that you're right. I dare not think how long it will take us to survey the entire tunnel system. Well, I guess if it takes longer. While Minfilia looks into our Aetheryte problem, I would like to request your assistance with another matter. The third unit is currently tracking the remnants of the heretic force which attacked us. However, the search goes poorly despite our numbers. Korthus is vast, and Iceheart's followers know the terrain far better than we. Your knowledge of this reason may serve to... Yeah, I totally read that correctly. The sooner we capture Iceheart's followers, the sooner we can press them for their leader's whereabouts. Also, oh my gosh, I can't read. Though it is admittedly a selfish request, I feel that my braves would benefit immensely from working alongside you. While we have our share of veterans, we also have more than a few less experienced recruits, many of whom look up to you, in case you were not aware. Oh, geez. You want me to be in charge of them, or like, tell them what to do? Good, I knew you would understand. You, Hase, can apprise you of the details. When the task is complete, come and find me at the Observatorium. Captain Ilbert and I are meeting there to discuss the latest developments in his investigation. The Temple Knights shall hold Snowcloak in our absence. Let us leave them to their work. Ours is more pressing. Okay, well, maybe. Bye, Minfilia. There you are, Willith. Commander Lavelier instructed me to wait for you. Your assistance is most welcome, believe me. Most of the Third hail from Ulda, and for a man accustomed to the feel of sand beneath his boots, the crunch of snow can be rather disconcerting. But to the matter at hand, nary a moment ago I received word that the heretics we seek have been spotted making for Tanafin Pass. My braves are already in pursuit. I should be grateful if you would join them. I myself shall be taking part in the hunt. Never let it be said that I do not earn my coin. Okay, buddy. I don't know where that is, but, I guess we'll find out. It's you. Where's everybody else? My ankle is on fire. Caught my boot on a rock or something and twisted it as I fell. The others went on along through Danafin Pass. Hurry and you might catch up. If you aren't sure where to go, look for tracks. The snow is fresh, so they shouldn't be hard to find. Oh, they went ahead and left without me? Right there. There's only one of you. Why the heck do you guys keep leaving each other behind? Scion, what are you doing here? The heretics... I'm not sure. There was a great scaled beast, and Yu Hase, I think he went east on his own. The heretics split up, so we did too. Bro, that's a horrible idea. You should never split up. That is how everybody dies in every horror movie ever. Where? Ah, hateful. Don't be hateful. Being hateful is bad. How embarrassing. I was so intent on following the heretics' tracks that I almost failed to notice they had doubled back. Almost, mind you. One tried to sneak up behind me and got a knife in the gut for his troubles. I thought myself alone, so I started searching the dead man's knapsack for anything of interest. And lo and behold, before his friends found me, I came upon this. What is it? Withdraw in groups of 3 or less to the observatorium. Give the signal and wait. The merchant will be watching. Be late or be left for dead. Speaks for itself, does it not? I can't possibly mean to rendezvous inside the place, so we should restrict our search to the surrounding areas. Let me rephrase that. You should restrict your search to the wilderness around the observatorium. I will need more than a moment's rest to recover from these wounds. Bruh. He's like, actually, you do it. I'm not gonna. I am through listening to your excuses. We leave now. How? The woods are crawling with those bluecoats and the knights are searching every wagon that passes through the gates. Hey, guys. Well, stay with her then if you think you'll fare any better. Now, there's no need for that. There are places like this in my homeland. Sacred, snow-capped peaks where blood must not be shed. Yugiri! It's been so long! It's nice to see you! Yet your lands ever thirst for the blood of the fallen, and by your deeds it has drawn deep. No, I haven't done no wrong. None but meet in secret with heretics. Deny it all you will. We shall have the truth from you yet. Inquisitors are not the only ones skilled in the art of interrogation. Got! Fancy meeting you here, Lilith. I presume your work with the Third brought you hither? What a tangled web. Lest you wonder, we came not for the heretics, but for the merchant who has been conspiring with them. It came to our attention during the course of our investigation into the Ivy. It beggars belief, I know, but it seems our favorite Garlean spy may have been proving assistance to Iceheart. Were it not for the efforts of Lady Yugiri and her shinobi, we might never have discovered this connection. Master Alphino is too kind. I fear my people and I have done little to aid you search for the spy. We long to strike back against the Empire and weaken their influence in this land, to prevent the tragedy which befell Doma from reoccurring. The days ahead and the work they promise will require a very particular set of skills which I am fortunate enough to possess. If you will allow it, I would accompany you until the investigation is complete. Yes, of course! That is a most generous offer, Lady Yugiri, and one which I gladly accept. Thank you. Though I may disappear for a time, I know that I shall never be far, and shall always be watching. A comforting thought. Come, Lilith, let us wait inside for Captain Ilbert to return and deliver his report. Hi, Yugiri! Bye, Yugiri! I'm excited to see her face. We never get to see her face. When will I know how pretty she is? We're just chit-chatting until he manages to walk over here. What did you learn? Captain Ilbert, report, if you will. Aye, Commander. Firstly, with regard to the heretic we captured, I regret to say the man could tell us naught that we did not already know of Shiva. We have since handed him over to the Ishgardian authorities. Henceforth, the Holy See will pursue the matter independently. Our inquiries concerning the Ivy, however, have proven more fruitful. We have ascertained the channel by which the heretics acquired their information on the shipment routes. Go on. You will recall the flame we first identified as being in the Ivy's employ. From him we were able to trace a trail of conspirators, each taking us closer to his master. Alas, the trail came to an abrupt end. Fearing that the investigation had been compromised, we took the necessary step of detaining all suspected conspiracy. There were 5 on our list, including a flame stationed at Revenant's Toll. The man's primary duty was to keep an inventory of donations from abroad, the particulars of which he would share with benefactors, thereby ensuring the needs did not go unfulfilled. By virtue of his role, he was privy to the details of all shipments bound for the settlement. Needless to say, that included those originating from House Forton. He knew the precise route the caravan would take, and he sold that information to the merchant. I think I can guess which one. None other. With a little encouragement, he soon confessed to knowingly aiding and abetting the heretics. Well, that is one mystery solved at least, but what of the Ivy? Are we any closer to rising off his mask? I dare say we are, Commander. Our relentless pursuit has forced him to commit a grave error. In a desperate bid to cover his tracks, the Ivy resorted to exercising certain administrative powers available only to high-ranking members of the Immortal Flames. If you consider then that our investigation is known to barely a handful of them, the field of suspects is greatly narrowed. You mean to say that the agent is among Raubon's innermost circle? Someone who's been with him since the Immortal Flames establishment? 'Tis the most plausible explanation. The infiltration likely occurred during the company's founding, with the groundwork for the act being laid beforehand. To slip into a position of authority unremarked and remain above all suspicion all these years. I too was surprised, though I really should not have been. Of the 3 grand companies, Ulda was ever the more vulnerable to infiltration. Both Limsa Limitsa and Gardania have long-standing armed forces that lent themselves well to the formation of the Maelstrom in the Order of the Twin Adder. To all intents and purposes, it was the same people, loyal ones, mind, under the same leadership. Only the banner was different. Not so the Flames. Ulda's military was made up of disparate orders, most of which were glorified mercenary companies that answered only to their own paymasters. Hardly an ideal environment in which to establish something as high-minded as a grand company. The difficulties Raban faced when founding the Immortal Flames are well known. Even after he had convinced his fellow syndicate members to share the cost, there remained the small matter of finding enough bodies to fill the ranks. Indeed, and given the pressing nature of the Imperial threat, that meant recruiting every passing sellsword. Amidst the chaos of its founding, it would have been child's play to infiltrate the company. A good deal easier then than now, aye. The Immortal Flames have ever been caught between conflicting interests, the public and the private. Though the Monetarus ultimately agreed to support the organization's founding, it was not out of charity that they did so, but simple self-preservation. Had Nel Vendarnus' ambitions been any less apocalyptic, you may be sure that they would never have risked supplying Raban with an army. It is but a wonder they did not attempt to extinguish the flames the moment the danger had passed. Returning to the present. Even as we speak, our Doman allies are shadowing several high-ranking flames, any one of whom could be the Ivy. Desiring to deal a blow against the Empire, the refugees were eager to lend us their aid. I expect to hear from them ere long. Very good. Pray continue your investigation with the first. Meanwhile, have the second attend to the unrest. The third can join the fourth in inspecting crystal shipments. If they notice anything unusual, I want to know about it. If Shiva is summoned in like manner to the other primals, the heretics will be looking for further supplies. Understood, Commander. I shall send word to Sir Amric informing him of our success in identifying the heretics' abettors. Hopefully the information will be of some use to the Ishgardians. Sounds good. It is time, Commander. Yes, I am aware. An emergency council of Alliance leadership has been called. There have been developments in Garlemald, it would seem. As commander of the Crystal Braves, my presence has been requested. I would have you accompany me, Willith. As the realm's stoutest champion, 'tis only meet that you be present for the discussion. Oh, that's a weird phrase. Oh, and the antecedent has already given her consent, lest you worry. Like me, you're doubtless eager to conclude our business with Iceheart, but until another path to her sanctum is found, she'll remain beyond our reach. Midvillia and the Archons are sparing no effort to secure an alternate route until such time has occurred. There's a person! Hi! Oh, you look cool! I suggest we give some thought to the realm's other problems. I shall go on ahead to Gridania in readiness for coming council. Meet me at Nofika's altar and we shall make our way to the Lotus Stand together. Back to my home? Cool. My thanks for coming, Willith. When you're ready, speak with the conjurer yonder. Yeah, I know how it works. We always meet here. Oh, everybody's here. And some people I don't recognize. But Raban and...
Change has come to the Garlean Empire, and we must discuss the implications.
I love when it's voiced.
The rumors are true, then? The War of Succession is ended?
I don't know. Apparently, yes.
It is. A new emperor reigns in Garlemald.
Who?
Who?
Yeah. Show me.
The birth and all too rapid expansion of the Garlean Empire is commonly attributed to the strategic brilliance of Solus Zosgalvis, yet he did not rule alone. Several members of the royal household also distinguished themselves during his reign. Nevertheless, it was the eldest son who stood to inherit the throne, until his most untimely passing.
Whoa,
I
look at
thought
that guy!
us fortunate when I learned that the Emperor had died without naming a successor.
Is this the new guy? He's kind of cool. Okay, well, rude. I like your armor, though, but
Would that the Garlean Empire had died with him.
Who are you? Who are you? Why did you do that?
'Twas the grandson and his uncle who had the strongest claims, was it not?
Which one are you?
Indeed, yet claims count for little without the power to assert them. High Legatus Varus Ye Galvus is a respected military leader. Not so his uncle.
It's kind of an interesting crown. I kind of like it.
So young Varus has torn the crown from his uncle's grasp and taken his place at the head of the Empire.
That was kind of epic. Why does he get to be epic? I want to be epic.
Given the troubled nature of his succession, the new emperor will require time to seal his grip on power. Yet have no doubt but that he shall, for there are none left with strength enough to oppose him.
Since the success of Operation Archon, the remnants of the 14th Legion and the forces occupying Alamigo have done naught but fortify their positions. But you can be sure they'll be ready to march on us again, if their Emperor gives the word.
When, not if. They say this Varus was so set upon Eorzean annexation that he spoke out against the Meteor Project.
Plainly, the new emperor's intentions are of great concern to us all.
So what do we do?
I propose that we set aside the Cartno dispute for the present, and discuss what measures the Alliance might take to prepare for a resumption of hostilities with Garlemald. Moreover, I move that we re-examine the question of how our former allies in Ishgard might be persuaded to retake their place at our side. Could Eorzea but stand as one, 'twould deal a grave blow to our enemies' ambitions.
I think that's a good idea. I agree. I mean, I can't do much, but I can be there. Bye. What's up?
Well, I suppose we should be grateful that they have finally acknowledged the inevitability of Imperial attack. Who knows? They may even do something about it.
Hope so.
If only the leaders of Ishgard would follow their example and stop hiding behind their gates, praying for the coming storm to pass them by.
Well, yes, that would be nice too.
But that is a discussion for another time. At present, I am more concerned by the fact that the Alliance's mooted preparations will be made known to the Garleans many moons before their coming. So long as the Ivy eludes our grasp, no secret is safe.
Yeah, we need to find them quick. That's our next step. Gotta kill that guy. It will not have escaped your notice that the nations of Eorzea are no nearer to being of one purpose, despite their protestations to the contrary. Plainly, the threat of a resurgent Garlemald is not enough to stir them. And the reason for this? Deep-rooted mistrust among the citizenry. The nation's leaders can come to all the understandings they like, but their unity means little and less to the common folk. That's true. Take the Lomintians, for instance. Though Admiral Merlewib outlawed piracy over a decade ago, foreigners still picture the nation as a haven for grog-swirling, wooden-legged cutthroats. And likewise, the Cretanians are mocked as hermits who talk to the trees, and the Eldon scorned as swindlers who worship coin. Not that such sentiments are entirely without grounds, of course. Take the pillar of Old Onyx Society, Telegi Adalegi, for example, but that is besides the point. The fact is that people are wary of outsiders whether they have cause to be or not. On that basis, one could argue that the conflict of Cartano is a necessary evil. Each nation has its own warmongering faction that advocates the acquisition of Omega. In order to placate them, they present them something resembling warfare, and thereby curb their appetite for a full-scale conflict. But enough idle musing. Let us speak more of a pressing matter, the Ivy. Since we spoke of the Observatorium, Captain Ilbert has further shortened his list of suspects. And by happy coincidence, one he deems the most likely candidate is lately come to Gridania. The hunt news is sent willeth. All that remains is to corner our quarry. Seek out Ilbert near the Adder's Nest. He will give you the particulars. Should there be any developments in Corthus, you may be sure that I will send word without delay. In the meantime, I wish you success in apprehending the ivy. Me too. I wish myself success. Why are we hiding behind this big rock? My thanks for coming, Scion. Doubtless the commander has informed you, but we've unmasked the ivy. From this point on, we must proceed with extreme caution. Oh, get a little thing. Let's do it. Who is it? Listen well. The spy we've been seeking all this time is none other than Flame Marshal Aline Royale, Roban's second in command. That is not good. Oh, it's her! Prior to joining the Immortal Flame, she was a mercenary of no small renown. They say her skill with a polearm has yet to be believed. Of Ishgardian birth, she is the highest ranked foreigner in the Immortal Flames, barring the Flame General himself, of course. When he formed the Grand Company, Roban chose people based on their worth. Whence they hailed was of no interest. The Monetarist saw things differently, however. Having funded the enterprise, they reserved the right to reject candidates nominated for high-ranking positions. And it was no secret that they did not favor foreigners, Ishgardians especially, after the way the Holy See forsook the alliance. Yet the Monetarist did not raise so much as a murmur of protest when Royale was appointed to her post. Passing strange, is it not? Could it be that the Ivy has some hold over the Monetarists? It's like she knew we were talking about her. Can't let her know that we know. But these revelations are secondary to our current mission. Of foremost interest to us is Royale's presence here now. As you may be aware, it is the duty of the Flame Marshal to command the Immortal Flames in the absence of the Flame General. While Roban attended the Council of Alliance Leaders, she should have remained in the Hall of Flames. The woman has no business being in Gardania, yet here she is nonetheless, on some pretense. She is up to something, mark my words. I agree. Even as we speak, I have a dozen men trawling the Flames records for evidence of Royale's guilt, but if we can catch her red-handed, we shall have all the proof we need. Which brings me to the plan. I have people watching the city gates, the airship landing, and the docks. Every point of egress. She cannot leave without her knowledge. All that remains is to shadow her until she betrays her true purpose. Can I rely upon your eyes, Scion? Of course. I've got nothing better to do. And this is important. You have my thanks. Let us go then, and take care not to alert our quarry. Hi, Oswald. Hi, Oswald. Royale is headed in the direction of the Blue Badger Gate. With me, Scion. With you? You left without me. So Royale has entered the Garlean canopy. Meeting someone perchance? Could it be she means to board an airship? Pray look for her within. If she's not on the upper floor, try the landing area below. One of mine is stationed there, and she may have seen something. Effie is her name. I shall remain here in case Royale appears. Explore? She's downstairs. Or she left. Oh, that's not the stairs. Where are the stairs? Of course she left. Femi! Will it leave? Such an unexpected pleasure. Unexpected pleasure. What brings you here? A social visit, you say? How pleasant. No, she didn't come this way. I've noted every passenger and none bore any resemblance. Well, don't let me keep you. Oh, well, maybe she disguised herself. So she's gone. Nowhere to be seen, you say. And you are sure she did not board an airship? She did not come back out, either. Where could she have gone? The roost, how could I forget? Sir? Greetings, good sir. Might I interest you in some Muntoy tonic? A cup a day and you a man with great vigor if you take my meeting? Perhaps another time, friend. Wait, that necklace. You are Shinobi of Doma. The woman you seek has left Gardania by way of West Shore Pier. She was attired as a merchant, but these eyes are not so easily deceived. You may wish to take your search to the East Shroud. Rest assured that we shall continue to support you from the shadows. Thank you, good sir. Thank the 12 for the Domans. Were it not for their unique talents, Royale would have disappeared without a trace. I know this is not for my thing, but I'm going to use a disclaimer because it's cute. Our hunt leads us to the East Shroud, Scion. I suggest we follow Royale's example and take the ferry from West Shore Pier. You'll doubtless wish to make certain preparations. See they're done while I go on ahead. I should wait for you as we bloom here. I don't need to make any preparations. I'm just gonna follow you straight there. Your quarry makes for the Hawthorn Hut. If Roel is truly the one we seek, we can expect that she means to make contact with her Garlean masters there. An explanation is in order. You're no doubt aware that the Garleans have their own method of communicating over great distances. While our ingenious friends at Garland Ironworks have provided us with devices which disrupt these communications, and we've installed them around the city-states. In so doing, we've made it difficult for Imperial agents to correspond with their masters. Roel would thus have no choice but to rendezvous with her Imperial contact directly. Yet as our well-known face in the Immortal Flames, she cannot move about Thanalan without being recognized. It would be only a matter of time before someone saw through her disguise. It is for this reason, I believe, that she has chosen the Black Shroud for her clandestine meeting. This place is home to many of your kind, and the arrival of one more Lezen is not like to turn any heads. As my scouts tell it, the Garleans have sent agents with the mind to destroy the devices and render such direct contact unnecessary. Fortunately, our shinobi are thus far been successful in rebuffing their efforts. This is it. We need only to make for Hawthorne's Hut and catch Roel in the act. Let's do it! I'm excited. The plot is progressing. My people report that our quarry has departed for the Bramble Patch. The Ivy returns to the Gnarls when she came, but perhaps it is all for the better. To convict someone of her standing, we will require evidence against her. What could be better than to catch her in the act when she meets with her Garlean masters? My countrymen and I shall lie in wait in the shadows. Tread warily, my friends. Is it gonna be like a battle? I'm assuming so. Just beyond, Roel is in conversation with an individual clad in a manner of an adventurer. An Imperial intermediary, no doubt. This is it, with me. Let's go. Run! Or is it a trap? Or is she not the one at all? Flame Marshal Aline Royale, you are under arrest for treason and espionage. You are followed, you bloody fool. Thanks, you, Gary. Don't try it. We got shinobi everywhere. And they're all cool and purple. They're so sick. Just surrender. You are unarmed, my lady, and scarcely garbed for battle. But if you wish to fight, you are welcome to try. Ooh, that's a cool line. What is the meaning of this, Captain? Would you arrest me for strolling in the Twelveswood? When last I looked, there was no crime, and neither was conversing with passing strangers. Then why did he try and run? You would feign ignorance, then. Very well. If you do think of something to say, there will be plenty of time to say it later. Now come quietly, or I shall make you wish you had. What are you gonna do? I will offer you no struggle. After all, I have naught to hide. Are you sure about that? I hope this works out for us. Even a warrior of Roel's renown could not be hoped to escape by force. Despite her claims, her surrender does not bespeak innocence, but an awareness that her position is untenable. With the ivy thus uprooted, it is to be hoped that the tendrils she entwined around the immortal flames will gradually wither and die. Mayhap then the people of Ul'dah will have the grand company they deserve. But let us speak of the present. If I may ask, what will you do now, Willith? Probably go check on Corthus or something. So the Scions seek a way into Iceheart's sanctum. And I dare say you are eager to return to the Rising Stones. Pray do not let me keep you. Fear not, my countrymen and I shall tend to the aftermath. You need not waste your talents here. And speaking of talents, have you considered training in the art of the shinobi? You have the aptitude for it, I believe. So please give it some thought. Till next time, my friend. I would love that! I'm assuming it happens in Heavensward. Alright, back to the Rising Stones. No, well, now I know for real my game's having problems because none of the NPCs were loading in. She is juggling. Why is she juggling? Okay. I like it. That's random, but I like it. Welcome back, Lilith. I understand that Alpha now had a task for you. May I ask what it was? Well, I took down this girl. Charges of treason and espionage against Elaine Royale? I can scarce believe it. Could there not have been some manner of misunderstanding? No, it avails us not to dwell on it. Whatever the truth may be, we must trust to the authorities to uncover it. Let us speak of another matter. I am pleased to report that we have made progress in our efforts to find a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Yay! As you may recall, Iceheart used the Aetherite in the depths of Snowcloak to teleport a short distance to the west, most likely to a sanctuary of some description. It is there that we suspect she means to summon Shiva using the crystals she stole from the House Fortune caravan. The heretics believe that they were bringing about the second coming of their patron saint, but if, as we suspect, they mean to hold a summoning ritual of the kind employed by the beast tribes, it seems likely that the result will be something more akin to a primal. Suffice it to say they must be stopped, and stop them we shall. But first we must surmount the obstacle that Iceheart has placed in our path. Ordinarily, it would be a simple matter to tap into the established Aethernet and thereby follow our quarry. However, despite our best efforts, we have been unable to ascertain the position of the Aetherite in which she teleported. Our prevailing theory is that she destroyed the second Aetherite upon arrival, a reckless, desperate measure, but also an effective one. After discussing the matter at length with Yuri Anger, we've concluded that we lack the expertise to develop a solution. Which is why we've called upon the aid of one who does possess such expertise, a colleague of ours who is currently en route to Revenant's Toll from Garlean. She should be arriving within the hour, in fact. Since you are here, mayhap we could welcome her together. I am certain she would appreciate the gesture. Let us make our way to the northern gates and await her coming. I guess. I'm so curious who it's gonna be. Somebody new? Somebody we met before? Who is it? Is it that guy? I thought it was a girl. Oh. Oh. You? Or you? Or... Wow. They both look very cool. Hi.
Minfilia, am I right?
You have a voice, too!
None other. I bid you welcome to Revenant's Toll, and thank you for traveling so far on such short notice.
As if I could ever say no to Urianger.
Moonbreeder is an accomplished Garlean scholar, and an authority on Aetherite technologies. She has played an invaluable role in our search for a means to capture Ascian souls.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Not the thumbs up. It's nice to meet you. Let us return to the Rising Stones at once, then. We have much to discuss. Girl, I know. Why couldn't we have just gone there straight away? Hi, Thancred. Is everybody coming in for this meeting? Seems so.
Moon! Gods, it's been ages!
Oh, they already know each other.
Oh, longer, sister.
Are they really sisters or just call each other that?
A joyous reunion indeed.
Well, of course it is. Moon and I are like twin sisters.
Oh.
Save in appearance and aptitude.
Hey. Silly guy. Well, we added another
Everyone,
person to the team.
if I could have your attention. We have with us an esteemed guest who has come from Garlean to assist us. I bid Moonbreeder join us here that she might share with us her extensive knowledge of Aetherites. Also, as many of you are already aware, she has been overseeing our research into white auracite, a sample of which she has been good enough to bring with her.
That's great.
Well, I had to
Crystal?
come, didn't I? You'd have to be bloody daft to turn your nose up at a chance like this. Where better to conduct my final tests than a land so steeped in ether you can taste it?
I guess.
'Tis plain the passage of the years hath done little to dampen thy youthful spirits.
They got a thing or something.
And nothing at all to reform thy youthful manner.
Oh, I think she likes him.
Oriange, where in the hells have you been hiding?
Unhand me.
I come all this way, and that's what you have to say to me. I much preferred when you were pleading with me to drop everything and hurry to your side. What was it you said? None save thee can satisfy this need.
Oh gosh.
Go on.
Urianger.
Thine artless attempts to misrepresent mine all too innocent motives do thee little credit. Mine intent, as well thou knowest, was but to impress upon thee the gravity of the circumstance. Lest thou doubt, a deiform entity shall shortly be summoned, save if thou and no other grantest my compeers thine aid.
I don't really know what that means.
You
but
still haven't found it then? You're missing Aetherite.
No, we call it Aether here.
We have not. No. We know that Iceheart teleported to an Aetherite not far from the first. Yet even after careful analysis, we could not locate the second beacon. We now suspect that the heretics destroyed the second Aetherite to impede our pursuit. Our allies continue to scour Snowcloak for Iceheart's sanctuary, but we have no guarantee that they will find it. Yet it must be found, for even now Iceheart prepares to call upon Saint Shiva.
I'm sorry, but if the Aetherite's been destroyed, then that's that. Although, you're absolutely sure she used the first Aetherite, are you? She didn't just use teleportation magics?
One of our own bore witness to her escape. I can say with absolute certainty that Iceheart used the Aetherite.
I just live here, man. I don't know. That's what I saw. I saw what I saw, man.
In that case, there might be a way, so long as the ethereal current is still flowing.
Like what?
Truly? How?
We use the current to recreate the beacon. As you know, Aetherites are a bit like lighthouses. We use them to reconstitute our physical forms when crossing the ethereal sea. Without them, we'd lose all sense of direction and our essence would dissipate. However, we don't rely solely on these beacons. There are currents of ether which flow between them, currents which help guide us to our destination. Now, these currents will gradually dwindle away to nothing if an Aetherite is destroyed. But if even a sluggish flow remains, we could theoretically use it to direct a surge of concentrated ether towards the void left by the beacon, and thereby fill it up again.
Sure. Whatever you say.
Like opening the floodgates to fill a dry riverbed. Though, correct me if I'm wrong, but would we not need a veritable reservoir of ether?
Probably.
In concert, we might manage to channel a sufficient volume, yet that is not my chief concern. To direct the flow of so great a volume of ether with the requisite precision would be a nigh impossible task in itself.
We'll be fine.
I barely succeeded in facilitating travel to an unattuned beacon. That which you describe sounds considerably more difficult.
And dangerous. Every person who has attempted to teleport in this fashion has died in the process.
Girl!
They, however, did not have white aura sight at their disposal.
Okay.
I can use it to channel all the ether you can give me into the Aetherite. However, white aura sight cannot retain ether for an extended period of time, so we would need to infuse it immediately beforehand. Just so you know, I'd confidently give this plan better than even odds of success. And if the worst comes to worst, your people won't suffer.
Okay, well, geez.
Though it risked the lives of our best and brightest, we have not the time to seek other options.
Yeah, we need to go.
If the ethereal current still flows, we shall carry out Moonbreeder's plan.
Yes, ma'am.
That's the spirit. Let's roll the dice.
I don't really like that, but I'll try anything. Got a freaking bacon. I don't like bacon. this is where I'm gonna end this episode. I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully things are really picking up now in the story. I mean, sounds kind of crazy trying to travel through an aetheryte where there's no aether on the other end. It sounds cool, and I'm excited to keep going and figure out what the heck Iceheart's doing and who Shiva is and all that jazz. So, bye!